Hello, everybody. This is Matt Higgins from the NYTE Time Podcast, NYTE, not your typical energy. Here with a hot take about a news article that I've read recently. This happened in Texas. This strikes me as something that would have happened anywhere in the South, but Texas won the prize this time. So here's what happened. A kid in high school who plays on a football team, I want to say it's Travis Lake. It was in Travis Lake. Anyway, this kid is on a football team, and his teammates discover that he has a peanut allergy, which I guess is a pussy characteristic. I don't know. I think if you're allergic to something, you're just allergic to it. It's not like you chose to be. It's not like you were standing before God prior to your birth, checking off the list of things you wanted and didn't want, and you decided to choose a fucking allergy. So his teammates found out that he was allergic to peanuts, a nut allergy. And they were very thorough in grilling him over what could happen. What are the side effects? Could it kill you? And this kid was very forthright. He said, yes, it absolutely could kill me. It's almost killed me before. Death is a very real, probable outcome if I end up in contact with peanuts or nuts in general, and I don't get the proper medical care to save my life. So, having been told all of that information, the kid goes to his locker room one day, opens it up, and it's full of peanuts. Peanuts everywhere. Peanuts in the shelves, in the books, on his clothes, in his fucking cleats. And the kids that did it were his teammates. The guys that are supposed to be on his side and protect him as he would protect them. They set him up. They tried to kill him. This is where I think the law fails us, because we are not nearly hard enough on criminals. Especially kids. These kids knew what was going to happen, knew what could happen, and therefore I believe it's attempted murder. They attempted to murder this kid. It was premeditated. It's not like they accidentally put the peanuts in before they knew about it. They knew full well, and they did it anyways, and they did it to a teammate. Now, I don't know if being in Texas has anything to do with it, if they thought, well, maybe he's just a weak link in the genetic chain. But you know what? Fuck these kids. They got off easy. From what I understand, from what I can remember from the article, they got benched for 2 days. Not 2 games. It said 2 days. They got benched for 2 days. And then they were forced to move to another locker room, or at least the other side of the locker room. I don't remember, but it was something stupid. And then they had to run laps. They had to run extra laps in practice. That was the punishment for attempted murder. And I'm going to keep calling it that because that's what it was. It was attempted murder. These fucking kids, they should have been identified. If you attempt to murder somebody, I don't care how young you are. Your names should be published for the public to read, especially if they're found guilty, because these kids should have went to trial and they should have been found guilty of attempted murder. And then they should have done their time in juvie until they reached the age of 18, and then they should have finished their sentence in a regular jail. I don't give a fuck if they were young and stupid and didn't know any better. The fuck they didn't. If I hear somebody could die from something I do, you know what I don't do? That thing that could kill them. That's simple fucking math in my head. That's also being a decent human being. I wonder if these kids' families were religious, if they went to church. I wonder if these kids went to church, because it doesn't sound like a very it doesn't sound like a very churchy thing to do, to try to kill your fucking teammate. And not that I would condone it, but I could at least understand it from a sociopathic standpoint if you did it to a random stranger. But to your own fucking teammate, what kind of bullshit is that? And I don't care if the kid was a douchebag. That still doesn't mean he deserved to die. I don't know what else to say about it. These kids attempted to murder their teammate, and it is a fucking disgrace that they were not tried in a court for attempted murder. If I was the DA, I would have investigated this, and I would have fucking filed charges. Even if I knew I was going to lose, I would have charged these little pricks, and I would have made them go through the court process, the whole thing, just so that if they didn't get convicted, they sure as fuck would know that it was real and it could happen again. And the outcome could be completely different. They could go to jail. They need to know what they did was fucking wrong, because I'm telling you, running laps and changing lockers, that nobody learned a lesson. Nobody learned fuck all. All right, these kids are a bunch of cunts, and they deserve whatever happens to them because they attempted to murder their teammate. That pisses me the fuck off. These fucking and this is another example of, hey, males being males, toxic, fucking shitty human beings. I wonder why half of them can't get laid. That's because women have a natural instinct to know who a douchebag is. The flip side of that is the women that know that often ignore it and then try to take them on as a pet project to turn them into a decent human being, and all they end up with is bruises, emotional trauma, and kids that they have to raise on their own. So anyway, fuck Texas and fuck these kids that tried to murder their teammate. That's all I got to say about that. This has been Matt Higgins with the NYTE Time Podcast. NYTE, night, not your typical energy. I love everybody. Peace, love, and gossip. Have a good day.